The poet, Q Yuan, is not dead. Oh, you may have heard the stories that he died, that he drowned by his own way in the Milau River. No, he lives. Here's the true tale of what happened. A faithful servant of the Emperor of Chu, Q Yuan always found ways to build up the people of the Hunan Kingdom. Now this is in the days over 2,000 years ago, when the great superpower of China was yet 7 separate and warring nations. Every little slight brought out warriors, and out went the ambassadors. They would come back to the king of Chu and say, no matter what we do or say, no matter what gifts we give, silver and gold and jade and silk, all they want is to take over the land of the Chu. Now listening to this, the poet Q Yuan said, my great and noble emperor, perhaps I can go as ambassador, as a poet, and please the others in the other 6 nations to stop them from making war. And the emperor agreed. And Q went and talked of the beautiful sky that they all shared, and the flowing rivers that embraced China like a great hug. He talked about the children's laughter, like that of birds, and all were charmed, except for those ambassadors who said, don't you see what this poet is trying to do? He's no ambassador. He's showering them, the other 6 kingdoms, with sweet words, when all they mean to bring upon you, King Chu, is war. You better prepare for that. Q Yuan said, listen, my king, if you are going to prepare for war, we must fight with the other kingdom of Qi against the Qin. The Qin, they are the strongest. But when the ambassadors heard this, they said, you're not listening to the poet again, are you, your majesty? What does he know? Why, we should fight against them all if they come. We're the powerful people of Hunan and the people of you, King Chu. Well, sadly, the ambassadors caught the ear of the king of the land of Chu. And he said, I am sorry, Q Yuan, you have been a good servant, but no longer will your beautiful poetic words serve. You must go. I am sorry, with a tear in my eye, but I must banish you. It is a time of war, not of poetry. Heartbroken, the poet left the palace, tears cascading down his cheeks. His daughter said, Father, did not the king listen to you? He did, but he listened more to the ambassadors. They say it's a time of war. Indeed it was. The armies came from the kingdom of the Qin, and in the year BC 278, the kingdom of Chu was taken over by the kingdom of Qin. When news came to our poet, Q Yuan went and stood at the edge of the Milau River, his tears falling in, and he thought, how may my message of working together last? And he did what may seem to us a strange thing. He let his body go into the river, but his spirit, it went somewhere else. As soon as the poet's body fell into the river, his daughter said, quick, quick, don't you see? He sacrificed himself. He has brought us away to come together. We must do the very least and drag his body out of the river. And so out went the many who loved the poet Q Yuan. racing, churning the water to get the body before the fish could devour it, before the river monster, a dragon, might get to it. To ward off the fish, they threw rice into the water. That's why it's so sticky today. And also to make sure that the dragon wouldn't come, they poured Realgar wine into the river. I know some of you were wishing the wine was being poured into you. It will be. And this warded off the fish and the dragon, and the body, they say, was picked up by the poet's daughter and brought to a sacred place. And then the people learned the only way to bring together all of China was not through of the poet Q Huan, who lives on as the racers race and as the different races here gather to celebrate through the great Hong Kong Dragon Boat races. And my friends, thank you for listening to the story of the origin of these dragon boat races. I'm Jonathan Kruk, and in just a moment, we're going to be engaged by a wonderful dance troupe from a cultural center that's long worked to preserve the interesting, the glorious, the mysterious, the intriguing culture of China. So they will be out momentarily, and enjoy the rest of your day here. And thank you again for coming. I'm Jonathan Kruk. And if you want a story and you see me with the purple hat, come and ask.